Hey, everybody, welcome to another Pocket Change Reselling podcast. We were trying to be frozen. We're trying to freak each other out. It's starting. Oh, no. But it's been a good week for me. How about you, Joel?
Actually, I have had. I cannot complain, folks. It is so funny. Had a pretty good week. We'll get more into that, I know, as we start the show here and talk about it and talk about, everything that's unfolded for us, some things we've learned. I mean, the only thing I know to do, Benz, is play our song.
I got to hit play.
Pocket change, where the stories are weird and the profits are strange. We win some, lose some, it's all fair play. Come ride a pocket change. Go ride a pocket change. Pocket change.
Sweet.
Sweet. I just expected it to work. I don't know what I was thinking.
You got to hit play, man. I actually, folks, really wish that he would get it to where we didn't even have to do that. It just did it on its own automatically, I mean, but
Yeah, the studio costs, right? These other, have you seen, you don't watch a bunch of them, but they're all going away from this and going away from that because, Riverside or whichever one that everyone was using has gone up to like, I don't know, $85 a month. And so they're using all these other ones. We're still sticking with the same one. It comes with my editing software. It's okay. It could be better. It could be worse. It's not. We make a podcast every week, and I don't care. As soon as we monetize at some point, we're at 201 people. We only need 799 more people. As soon as we start making $85 a week, I will pour all the money back into production costs. But at this point, this is all I can afford. I'm a poor man.
What is real funny is it is incredible the difference if you watch YouTube, folks, or even Spotify. I went and checked this out on Spotify, the Spotify video stuff the other day, and it's amazing. You can tell the people who are either A, already have money, or B, are monetized, because it is incredible the difference, because stuff has gone. I mean, just a few years ago, you could record on Google Meet for free.
Yeah.
Like, you could record for free. And then it went to where it was like, if you had a package, you could record. Well, now you can still hold. Like, I have a Google package. I have a Google.
I got one too, but it didn't help me. I Google my package all the time.
Google Work package, and yet you can't record now. If you want to record, you have to pay extra, and on it'd be like $9 a month, and that's $9 if you pay, which is not bad, but you got to do it across the year. So all this stuff starts to add up, and then, like Ben said, this one we're using, folks, now we hope it's good for you guys. We know it's not the best, but it does allow for easier editing and that kind of thing, because it's all in one inclusive. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I pay like $35 a month for my system, but I do a bunch of other stuff with it. Gives me 1,000 hours of recording, which I never use. But
I did get asked though if you and I were ever going to consider drone footage, and I'm going,
for what? See if we get bald spots. I don't know.
Folks, I do not have bald spots.
Who asked you that?
One of my friends who watches, they don't watch regularly, but they were watching. They were like, "Have you guys ever considered drone footage?" And I was like,
"Oh, I've got a drone. I got a camera on a drone. I get it's in the garage somewhere. I haven't just seen it in a while. But if I get it, I'll be like, hey."
Does it have the fancy hover feature?
It's not a fancy one, so probably not.
See, we need what you folks, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get a drone for our channel here. I'm going to try to get one of them fancy hover features so we can switch back and forth camera angles, so you can see from the back of my head or the front.
Yeah, So the other thing in my neighborhood, there's drones flying over it all the time, and we're on the patio. I'm like, what is going on? And then I noticed it's Amazon drones. They're dropping packages in my neighborhood, so we can get
Yeah.
stuff delivered. If you want the drone to do it, you have to do like 3 hours or less. But that's like an extra $8. I was like, man, I'm going to do that just to do it once, but I didn't.
Have you seen the one where they got and folks? I know you're expecting us to talk about resale, but if you listen to us, we talk about other things too. Have you seen the other videos on like YouTube, where they have like the pizza delivery bots and they like get kicked and stomped and all this stuff? It's like,
Yeah, yeah. I
why?
don't know. You got to be in a city for that, I think.
Why would you ever order your pizza on a delivery bot and knowing that it runs like, I don't know, somebody look it up, tell us the statistics, but it got to be like 50% of the time your pizza gets stolen. I mean, I know if I was a homeless guy in the city and
Yeah,
there was pizza delivery bots, I would be waiting for one in a dark alley somewhere and beating that half open with a baseball bat. I'm just saying, you know, it's just what is it, the rules of the jungle. Anyway, we'll get back to reselling. We try to chase as few rabbits as possible, folks, but we've had a pretty good week. I'd run over mine just a little bit real quick before we get started. Did have 2 sales, not listing a whole lot, not doing anything other than just selling similar. So, but things have begun to pick up a little bit as I've been doing that. So, and which is good because at first of the month I wasn't doing that. I wasn't even selling similar. I was letting it just kind of
yeah,
click over itself. Part of it was I wanted to test our bot, our AI bot that we've been using, Pro Lister, to see if it would automatically do. It turns out it does not automatically delist and relist. You actually have to do it and tell it to do it. So you have to go in and, I thought I had it set to do it. It doesn't. So they were just rolling over by eBay, which is fine. So now I know that as I go forward with that, I'm going to have to click the button for them to do it or for it to do it and let it do it. I think that will be a whole lot better.
yeah.
But I am selling similar, and with that, I have picked up, and the sales have picked up, and the dollars have picked up. So, like I said, I cannot complain. Now, we've got about a little over half the month gone, a little bit over half, and a little less than half the month left. So I'm trying to pick up and see by selling similar and adding more and listing more, what's going to happen for the rest of the month. But how's your month been so far?
It's been good. I mean, I'm not doing a lot. I am doing the sell similar. Getting ready to start editing. I don't know if you can tell, but I've cleaned the room out pretty much. There was stuff everywhere. So, I mean, it's getting
There
to
was
look like an
definitely
eBay
stuff
room again.
everywhere.
All that stuff in the boxes there is not going to be listed. It's going to a flea market, which I'm going to do next Sunday. I'm going to go take the stuff that's not worth listing. I'm going to try that. I was going to do it this Sunday, but I didn't get in. I didn't get far enough along in my adventure to get enough stuff to make it worth my while to go. But yeah, so it's crazy how much. And then I
It
got
is.
my
So you really cleaned up a lot.
and I got
I've not.
my light box, which is here, is sitting on top of some shelves, and I can't use them because it's this shelf, but 2 of them, so you can only use the front part. I found totes that I can put inside there that are 36 inches long. So I'll be able to use that space. So the 6-inch, two totes, 15 inches wide, 6 inches tall, double stack, slide in and out. So I got to figure out what I'm going to put in there to try to be more efficient with my space.
Okay.
So I'm getting excited, getting to the point where this room is almost, it only took me a weekend to get this room almost ready. But the light box was completely full to the top. I just kept sticking stuff in there. I don't know what I was doing. So it's cleared out, so I can actually use my light box.
I know
Start
what
taking
you were
pictures.
doing.
Yeah, hiding shit.
You were hiding it from the wife.
Exactly. And I got to get rid of it because it's crazy.
Well, so here's the thing. I'm going to talk for Benz a little bit, folks, while he's muting himself.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm back.
Benz is a buyer. Benz likes to buy.
I haven't bought anything. Well, that's a lie. I have. I go to yard sales, and buy. I've only spent like $20, $80. Not like I was. I have so much stuff, And then my daughter's getting ready to start doing. She started doing eBay, and then she's coming down in like 3 weeks. And I'm like, bring your van. So I'm going to load her up with a bunch of good eBay stuff to start with. That I don't want to sell anything under $20. So if it's got a good sell through rate, I'm sorting it out. I'm going to give it to her, and then she can sell it and get her, stuff up. And then she started asking like, oh, you got video games, and you know, she wants to start a collection. Well, yeah, it sounds like you're trying to sell this shit, but it's a whole other thing. But for my grandson, so I do have a bunch of video consoles of different type in my storage unit, but I don't know what they are. So.
You better test them before you list them. Because here's the thing, folks. Solid state electronics generally is okay, but for some reason, game consoles, you can put a computer, as long as it's a laptop computer, as long as it's powered off, and just leave it laying and come back years later, with no humidity control, no nothing. And a lot of times it'll crank back up.
Yeah.
But game consoles, for some reason, they don't work well. And I think a lot of it has to do with, like, maybe the more modern ones that we have now may last longer like that. The older ones with the cartridges and all that dust got built up in it, and it just, But, and sometimes I've even seen, like, the old Nintendos, the NES systems, where the cartridge plugged in, the tabs got rusty.
It's not any NES stuff. It is newer stuff. It's like PlayStations, Xboxes, and stuff like that. So it should be all right. And plus, my storage unit is climate controlled. So.
Well, if it's climate control. That's right, folks. I forgot. This is fancy man Ben's here.
It's not fancy. It's just what
that kills him.
One that was close to me. I'm not fancy.
That kills him. He's not, folks. He's really not.
I am not.
I flew all the way to California to see him one time.
Mm-hmm.
The first time he and I ever met in person.
Took you that fancy restaurant?
Took me to McDonald's.
Yeah. I love McDonald's.
He took McDonald's.
You can't beat McDonald's. That's why I'm so petite, because I eat well.
Nah, that was we didn't have a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
That was the night too that how many times did you go through the pay toll trying to get back home?
Yeah, my GPS broke and I didn't know where I was, and I just kept looping around and going through the same pay toll between where were you at, the beach and Kent Rancho, and it was like they had closed off the road, and I had to turn around. And I came back. I'm like, I'm at the same damn place. So Yeah, it was like a 45-minute drive. Took me like 3 hours. I'm like, this is insane.
Anyway, so your week though, I mean, let me ask you this. So have you been doing a lot of sales similar, been doing any listing, anything like that? Or are you in the same boat I am, or a little bit less?
I did a little bit of sales similar. I haven't listed anything. I wanted to get this thing cleared up so that way I can start, I bought the clicker for my phone, and I've got a tripod, so I'm going to set the phone up on it and then just kind of move stuff in and out. Been batching things, going through them and saying, oh, I can sell this for $2, $3, or $5 at the flea market. And then if it's worth $20 or more, I'm putting it on the shelf and saying, okay, let's take pictures of this stuff. So that's where I'm going to try to push my inventory. I mean, $20. You tell people, oh, you're selling at $20, and there's other people out there that like their minimum's 40 or 50. But I have all this stuff, so I want to make sure that I'm selling. I don't want to just get rid of it all. Although if I can sell it all for $2 a piece, I can buy $50 items, right? So we'll see how my flea market adventure goes. If I can make $1,000 there in a day, then I'll go every Sunday for a month.
And I think here's where a lot of resellers get themselves in trouble. I know I've got myself in this bind a time or two. I don't know if you ever have, but you get something and it's like a $5 item. I mean, I don't care. I could grab something here and say this is it's a $5 item, and yet I've got $2 in it.
Yeah.
And see, that's one thing Ben's has been very good about not doing, because if you get a $5 item and you've got $2 in it or $2.50 in it, and you're 50% in, you now have to sell it and even take a loss on it, because and because you don't want to, you go, okay, I can't just ditch it. I can't just say, well, here, it's not selling. Let's get rid of it because I will lose $2.50.
Hmm.
But I sell it for $5 now, and like we talked about in our last podcast, you sell it for $5. Now you got your fees and all this stuff, and everything adds up, and all of a sudden, before you know it, you've sold it and you've made 75 cents to a dollar on it, and yet you paid $2 for it, so you're in the hole. And that's what the way you folks, you're hearing us a lot, Benz and I talking about. We need to get up to the $20 item. We need to get up to the $20 item because we've already realized basically 10 and below, which I know 7 is the absolute mark for me. 7 is anything I've got, and that's why a lot of times what I'm doing my stuff on here now is, if it's $10 or $15, I'm throwing if you watch it, I'm throwing an automatic
Yeah.
huge offer at you to try to get rid of it because I want to make my money back or even the little bit I can and replace with higher dollar items. We've got to get to that $20 mark to really start making money these days again, because if it's 10 or below with the promotion fees and everything, you're losing out. Although I did sell one item last week. I don't know if I talked about it in our last podcast or not. And it may have been this week. Maybe one of the items I sold this week. I might have sold more than 2. I'll have to go back and look. But this particular item was a pocket watch. It had fallen off of promotions, but one of my followers had come in and bought it. And I gave that follower, because they were a follower and had bought from me before, I had given them a coupon.
Yeah.
Remember I used to give out
Hmm.
coupons, guys? If you've been watching us for a while, I used to give out coupons. And, and if they were whatever, I never set the expiration on it. When I first started, I didn't set an expiration. So this guy came in, and he did a 15% discount on this one item, but it wasn't promoted. And I still ended up making $9 total on it after it's said and done. And it was like a $12.99 watch. And I'm like, how did that happen? And I went and looked, and the biggest thing was because it was not promoted.
Yeah.
All I had was my eBay fee on it. And I was like, this is incredible. I mean, how does that happen? But somehow it had fallen off promoted, and I hadn't re-promoted it. And I think that's with our AI. I think you actually, with our AI, our AI no longer does the automatic promoted thing. I think doesn't work. I think you have to go in manually and promote it after it lists it now. I need to check on that. I'm thinking
Yeah.
that's what started happening with it. But all that stuff changes, folks, and we try to keep you up to date on that. But yeah, I've done well. But again, folks, that's why you hear Ben's and I talking so much about $20 now. And you're going to hear us start drilling that into your head. $20. When you're out looking, you pull it up on your phone and you scan it. If
Yeah.
it does not have a sold ratio, a sold cost, in other words, when you hit the thing sold for, if it's not around that $19.99 and up range, leave it be. Leave it be.
Or bundle it. Like if you can get DVDs or you can get something, or if you're, and I have, I'm talking about both sides of my tuchus. There's people out there that are starting stores that are just doing media, and the stuff sells for $6, but they're selling thousands of them. I don't want to do that. I don't have the space nor the time to sell a $6 item that I want to make $2 on. So I got to sell 100 of them to make $200 in a day. I'd rather sell $20 items and sell 10 of them to make $200 in a day, right? And I think that's what I've been doing wrong. Is, hey, if I can buy it for a quarter and sell it for $5, hey, that where are you going to get that kind of reinvestment? You can't invest a quarter and get $5 out of it, or really $2 out of it in that amount of time. But it's just you got to look at your space and your own thing. But if you're just starting, start with higher dollar items. I really believe that you'd be better off selling less and making more, or making the same and selling less. Either way.
Well, here's the big thing too. Okay, so let's talk about. I was watching one of the things you're talking about. I was watching a guy who sells what he calls 99-cent DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
He puts up these ads. He's got a starter store. It's only 250 ads.
Yeah.
It's the same store of mine, $4.95. We got 250 ads. It's all 250, and it's pick your DVD.
Mm-hmm.
And so any DVD you want might be in there, and you can pick it for 99 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Now, his whole thing is he basically, if you buy 10, so you click and you keep, now somehow he's got it. I've never figured out how to set our stores up like this.
I did
But
it.
he's
I've
got
done it with the Pocket Bibles one time, and then it was just not. It didn't. The amount of time it took me to set that up to sell it. Although I sold all those Pocket Bibles, because once I sold one, then I started selling all of them, and then I started listing other ones individually because I didn't want to do it again, and they have never sold. But I think the thing with that
he
is
has it
once you set
has
that
it
up,
set so
yeah,
if you keep adding more and more and
yeah,
more to the cart,
yeah,
once you get above 10, it stops at 50%. So you're getting all of those DVDs at like 50 cents a piece.
yeah,
And he's like, the chances, he said, he was talking about it, he was like, most of the time I sell 10 or more in a bundle.
right.
Most of the time
Still
people,
$5.
once they start seeing it come down,
Yeah.
yeah, it's still $5.
Is he making money on the shipping, or where's he making his money?
I don't know. You gotta, I mean, now he says he gets a lot of DVDs for free, which he possibly does, because I don't know. I mean,
If you go out there and you can buy DVDs, you can find bundles, you can find pallets of DVDs where you're paying a penny a piece for them. But again,
yeah,
you're turning a penny into 50 cents, but you're doing a lot of work to do that. It's not the business model I want to be in. And if you had people working for you, you had distribution, and it was just something you could add on as a cover the electricity or to fill their time where they're not busy. I just don't think that's the game we're playing. I was trying to play, sell everything, and I do want to sell everything, but as long as it sells for $20 or more. If you go on my store right now, you're going to tell me I'm full of shit because I haven't started that. But going forward, that's where I'll be. I will continue to sell the comic books because if I can buy them for 7 cents and sell them for $5, they don't take any space.
And see,
and they don't.
There's one thing I'm thinking about. There's one thing I'm thinking about. If you could do that with the comic books, the ones that don't, that aren't really valuable, the dollar comic, whatever, and you could do what he's done and do it so that it's set up like that. Now, here's the big thing. My question was, at what point is eBay going to catch on to this? Because he said he puts like 50 DVDs per ad. Now, I don't see how he does that. But
it's one listing. It's a listing. It's a listing, and it's a multi-quantity listing. I think, I don't know. How do you do that? Because I would think it would still count them all as individual items.
I would think that, but apparently it doesn't.
Okay.
He's just got the 250 store, and and that's something to figure out. I mean, so if you could do that with comic books and you do that deal, yeah, okay. But you want to? I still wouldn't want to do $5.
Yeah,
I'd want to start them out at like $2. Maybe they're $2 comic books, and you let them chop down once. Once you bought like 20, then maybe it's 50% off. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. That seems like it would be I don't think you could AI do it. So you'd have to do that manually. I don't know of an AI lister that does a multi-item thing. Maybe there is. If I could figure out how to AI do that, I don't know.
But you think about it. Okay, so let's think about it just for a moment. Let's really think about this guy. And here's the thing, folks. You can go look him up on YouTube. I'm not going to mention his name because we don't really push any people that are not our friends on here.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. So if he's got 50, let's take him at his word. He's got 99K people watching. And I'm like, what? But anyway, and he does a lot of lives too. Like he does the live stuff. But he's got 50 times 250. So that's 12,500 times 0.5. That means if he sold out his entire inventory, folks, that he's got listed is $6,250. Now that sounds like a great deal, but I guarantee you, Benz's inventory he's got listed right now.
It's like $37,000.
Yeah. It's way
and
more
it's nothing. That. At some point, I had over $100,000 listed. So, but even if you did even at the 50 cents, if you did it at the dollar, it's still 12,000 DVDs, which is $12,000. I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't sound like the business model I want to be a part of, but if it's working for him, it's working for him.
And if that's what you guys want to do, if you're listening to us, hey, and you want to do that, I mean, I would love to know how to do the multi-tier listing. I would, and I think Ben's would as well. That's something we need to look into as we get some more time to, changing over, because I've got several things. Like, I would like to take some of my sockets and do that with, do a multi-list.
That would be a good thing. Yeah. And the advantage to that is, too, once you start selling, that listing, if you sell those pocket Bibles, I had found like 50 of them. And it's when I first started, I'm like, oh, I want to do one of those listings. And I did it. And once I sold one, I sold them all. Like, it just kept, every time somebody was looking for a pocket Bible, it shoved it to the top, it seemed like it was getting, once I started selling off of it, it seemed eBay's algorithm said, oh, this is good. People like it. Even if it was a little priced higher than the guy that had just one for $6 and I was selling them for $8.95. If you bought two, you got 10% off. You bought three, you got 15, did that kind of thing with it. But I do think those multi-item, not multi-quantity, because, you could have multi-quantity in there. You could, if you went through all your sockets and said, I had 10 of this, 7 of that, or whatever, you could list all that inside of all that. I just know I did it one time, and it was a lot of work for what I did.
And
it was much faster to list one. But there is an advantage to it. And the other thing is, with that, you never can resell. You can never sell similar. Once it's out there, it's there. Because once you do a multi-quantity or a multi-listing, and you sell out of a bunch of stuff, if you sell similar, it sells similar the original listing. So if you had 100 of every item and you had 50 items, when you sell similar, it's going to do 100 of every item, 50 items. And make your quantity.
Here's another question on that. So let's go back to the whole. So let's see if I do it on my sockets. Okay, so let's say I did it on my sockets and you picked da. What happens to that ad? I have to completely redo that ad if I sell out of one of the sockets.
No, you can adjust it. You can go in and add quantity and stuff. I didn't realize that you can add items to it. You can keep revising that on its own.
Okay. We need to look, folks, just for us, not just you, but we need to look into that more for ourselves too. I mean, and I'm not sure. I do not think the AI Lister Pro that we are currently using will do that. So,
no, I don't
guys,
think so.
If you are an AI lister and you watch our podcast because you like, maybe you got intrigued with us when we did our little reviews. I don't know, but if you can come up with
you just find us attractive.
I find that hard to believe. My own wife doesn't find me attractive. But anyway,
mine either. It's the worst when she goes, are you going to put a shirt on? I mean, what the hell was that? The hell was that?
See, mine says she didn't marry me for my looks. I'm like, she certainly didn't marry me for my money. I mean, I'm selling eBay.
Well, last night we were watching a movie, and these people were making a sex tape in the movie, right? It was just a movie. They were just doing a goof, and she's like, hey, would you want to do that? Well, just joking around with me. I said, absolutely not. At this point in my life, if I make a sex tape, it's just to be sued, right? There's no advantage of me at this point to say, yeah, let's get on camera and fool around. When I was younger, yeah, maybe, because no one's watching me later going, oh, I can't believe I touched this guy. They're saying, I can't believe I touched this guy. I'm just saying, at this point, that's not an option for a 55-year-old. I'm sorry, eBay. And by the way, I have 4,000 softcore porn videotapes. If anybody's interested, still in the storage unit. I looked at them yesterday. But, sorry. I did.
That's why he didn't get any more done.
No, I looked at the boxes. I didn't, watch all 4,000. I've only made it through, 23.
Anyway, family show.
I apologize. And
how did we get there?
I don't know. How did we get anywhere? Hey, we gained a listener this week, so yes, Hey, the crazy thing is,
So glad you're here.
Yes, I don't know, but you know who watched us or at least commented on us is Commonwealth Picker. He's one of the biggest guys on YouTube.
Hey, awesome.
He commented the original Pocket Change podcast. So that's cool. So he stumbled across us. So we're getting out there. I do
Yeah,
know him.
we're
He's a good guy.
we're becoming less and less of a secret, guys. Not that I don't. I hope. I honestly, it is my honest hope that we are helping you.
Oh yeah, we're
become
trying, man. We're giving you every bit of advice we can give. It might not always be the best advice, but we're learning as we go. And we are part-time
That's
resellers, and at some point we will. I'll retire and keep doing this, you know. And Joel, hopefully, he gets
what
to.
was it? What was it? The one guy said, 3 years and 800,000 videos into this. Maybe you need to just.
No, he said, yeah. It was 2 years. No, it was a year because we restarted this. Is right when we hit a year. It says 1 year of your life, 600 videos, and 142 subs. Maybe the universe is telling you something. I'm like, maybe. I don't know. I'm not bright enough to know.
Hey, here's the thing, guys. So Ben's and I both lead busy lives. You guys know that, and this is our chance to really come together and kind of hang out as friends. So we do that. We share that moment with you, and we
Exactly.
talk about something that we are passionate about, which is making a little bit extra money on eBay. I'm passionate about it because here's the thing. Right now, shh, right now, my eBay money is mine only.
Mine too.
Did y'all hear that?
That's the only money I get to spend. It ain't much. And we're both too damn lazy to make more. Or are we smart enough to not make enough income so they'll get involved? That's probably what
That's
it
it.
is.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
All of
That
a sudden,
one
I'm
right
making house payments. She's like, let me see if I can get a Vera Wang out of this.
there. Yeah. No. Anyway, so let's talk about. Let's move on to the feedback of the week or sell of the week. Which one we want to do? Pick it.
Either way. Feedback of the week. All right. Did you get feedback this week?
I did get.
Me too.
feedback.
I'm trying to figure out where I ended because it just says past month. It doesn't tell you the day. But I got great truck, pocket watch. I saw one of those Temu pocket watches. Great
So they
truck,
do
pocket
sell,
watch.
folks.
Good. It was packaged with care and shipped out fast. $10 sale. I can't complain. I
They
sold
do
an
sell,
ignition
folks. You
thing
just
for
gotta.
$34.95. You know,
Woo!
exactly as described. Fast ship. Thank you. And then I got great seller on a comic. $5.
Can't beat all that.
I got a performance
Any
tool. $5. Just what I needed. I think those are all new.
any positive feedback is good feedback these days, folks. Even if it's like the one I got a few weeks ago. Happy.
Yeah.
Anything is good. I mean, here's what I got. So this week I got thank you. I may have talked about this last one. I don't know. Thank you, easy transaction. If I'm repeating that one, folks, I apologize. But the one I'm really proud of is fast shipping. Item was as described. Bubble wrapped! Exclamation point. Received in good condition. Very nice watch for the price. I would definitely buy from this seller again.
Yeah, so my packaging on that pocket watch is what I do with my. And he said good packaging, right? So I take the pocket watch and put it in a piece of. Well, it comes in a bubble wrap mailer from China because I bought those from Temu, and then I put that into a paper bubble mailer that I bought by accident because you should never buy paper bubble mailers. But I bought those, and then I put that inside a poly bag. So it's a bubble mailer inside a bubble mailer and a poly bag. And people love it. And then every once in a while, I'll do the exact same thing. You're like, oh, you should try better packaging. There's nothing wrong with that, right? The bubble mailer and a bubble mailer and a poly bag. I mean, I'm sure he loved it, so I'm good.
So I'm gonna show you guys again. My pocket watches.
I have those boxes. I bought them.
I have a bag, a little baggie.
Mhm.
It's a little baggie. I don't even have one right here close. Oh, they're over there. Anyway, they're only about the size. They're about 3 inches by 2 inches. And so then I put them in this box. I bought all these boxes. Yeah, you bought these boxes too. I told you to.
I know it
And
was a good idea, but I realized I don't need to put them in it.
use 'em. So I put them in this box, folds up, and then I've got a little piece of foam that I put on the bottom, put the watch in, put it on top, and then I put it together, and then it goes inside a bubble mailer. And it works. It works. I have yet to have one where they complained about the way I package a watch. So I'll put that box up there. But that's basically what I do. Works out really good. When I run out of these boxes, I'm probably not going to buy anymore. Just because, here's the thing. I'm not going to deal in the cheap line watches anymore. I decided that. I'm not doing it. Honestly, this is too expensive.
Yeah,
Like Ben said, it's too much for a cheap watch.
exactly.
$15 watch is the extent of where you want to do this much packaging.
Yeah, because would that cost you like
that was a $15 watch. These were like
70 cents, something like that?
I want to say they were like 52 cents a piece.
Yeah.
Because I bought a bunch of them. Like I've still got, and so I mean it was a big investment. But I'm going to save these. But here's the thing too. Once I run out of these, I'm probably not going to replace them because if it's an expensive watch, like a Goldfield,
Yeah.
Hamilton, Elgin, one of those, this is a little cheap.
It's too nice for the cheapy cheaps, but not nice enough for the real good ones. I got
Right. Guys who buy those do not want to get a little cardboard box that came from it looks like it rolled out of Every Kiss Begins with K.
Every kiss begins with K.
I mean, they just don't.
No, I agree.
I mean, the last guy who bought my high dollar watch, who ended up, this one ended up returned to me because I didn't have the best description, and he thought like me. Oh, it was now I've since sold that watch again, but I put a better description. Person was absolutely happy with it. But here's the thing. That was one of the things, and he was the guy who bought it and sent it back to me was a pocket watch dealer in Hollywood, California, dealing with wealthy people out there. So, and he made the comment to me. He's like, "Are you really on to those boxes?" Because he and I talked.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I bought them," and he said, "Here's the thing. When you have a $100 plus watch, and you put it in this box, and you take a picture of it in this box, even though it's a nice looking box," he said, "you cheapen the watch." So, I mean, he said, and he told me, he was the one who told me to take all my watch pictures on felt fabric.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool because it makes a total difference. Man, if you're using, instead of just using like a background or something, using actual. So this is a hint for you guys from an exclusive watch dealer out of Hollywood, California. So, and I looked at his stuff, and he's got all the way up to like $25,000 pocket watches.
Yeah.
And they're all on felt fabric, which makes the watch look awesome. Even if it's a cheap Temu watch, it looks awesome on felt fabric when you take a picture. And that's how you compete on selling those.
All right, what's your sale of the week there, buddy?
Sale of the week. Sale of the week. Oh, by the way, I'm up at 163 feedback now. So I did get, some automatic feedback. I'm up to 50 now. How about you? What are you up to on your automatic feedback?
96.
Woo, look at you. You're moving on up there, aren't you?
Yeah. But I mean, I sell a lot more than you.
Yeah.
That didn't mean that in a slight way. I'm just like, the fact that you have 50 and sold less is impressive, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, okay. So I did sell. So I have sold 4 items this week.
Nice.
I thought I only sold 2, but going back and looking at it, I was like, nope, because here's where we cut off last week. So the one pocket watch that I sold, I talked about that earlier, which is crazy. But it was non-promoted, and came from. But my sale of the week, I'm gonna have to say, Even though it's not my most expensive, it's the Harley Davidson motorcycle that I bought from you. The
You
really
sold
toy
that?
one. I finally sold that. Now I think I took a loss on it, but I finally sold it. I wanted that because I used to have that motorcycle, and then
You
I
really?
got rid of the motorcycle and didn't really want the little one. I thought I'd want one for every model that I had.
Yeah, you
I
realize
really don't.
you don't care. Yeah.
I don't care. Not the most expensive, but I did sell it finally. So that's probably my favorite sell. The $9 watch, the watch that I sold that I ended up making $9 on it. That's pretty good. I did sell one of the high dowel things that I have listed, so that's good. And then I sold a socket. But my favorite one's probably the motorcycle, just
Yeah.
because I'm like, yay! And because I've had that thing listed for so long that it gives me hope that somebody out there,
Yeah.
one of y'all possibly, wants a good deal on a Wonder Woman Funko Pop.
At some point, when you sell that, it's woo. We're gonna have confetti flying. It's gonna be unbelievable. I did sell a couple of Funko Pops this week, just to rub it in.
See, I think it's because I'm down to the one. I mean, I've already made my money.
Yeah, I have
bought
mine.
all-
Yeah, I have mine priced super cheap because I'm trying to blow them out. Plus, I have $4.95 shipping, or $5.50 shipping, which doesn't even cover it.
I was going to say that's not even cost.
No, it's just trying to just trying to get
You're
rid
just
of
trying to get rid of them. Yeah, because Funko Pops, folks, if you like them, that's great. If you collect them, that's great.
them.
What Benz and I realized was they were not a long-term investment for selling, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that I didn't get into it because Benz was selling it. He was selling them by the crap ton.
Yeah, they were selling good there for a while.
And so he bought a bunch. I mean, just buying them like crazy because he could get them pretty cheap
Mm-hmm.
because we were buying them in lots. And I bought a lot. I think 3 of them were in a box and 3 of them were out of a box, something like that. It's like
Yeah.
5 or 6. And I ended up buying them, and I got all of them for like, what was it, like $15?
Yeah, something like
Something
that.
like that. And the very first one I sold was more than $15. So, and now I'm down to this last Wonder Woman. And I don't know what it is. Everybody must hate Wonder Woman, and yet, I mean, be honest with you, I think that
I've
Wonder
sold the
Woman's
same
out
Wonder
of
Woman.
this world.
Yeah, Wonder
Crazy.
Woman's
I mean,
beautiful. Yeah.
I think Wonder Woman. I mean, I can watch the Wonder Woman from the '70s, or I can watch Gal Gadot.
Linda Carter is Wonder Woman. I don't give a shit about all the other ones. They can all go shake. They can pound sand. Linda Carter. Woo!
Linda Carter was awesome. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, but Gal Gadot was right up there with her. I'm sorry,
I'm a Linda Carter man.
sing Gal Gadot.
I'm just thinking Linda Carter might actually, you can probably, pull her at this point because she's a little older. There's no way Gal Gadot.
Is she blind?
So I got to wait till she's blind, then I'll find her.
I do. I gotta wait till she's blind and my wife's blind.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on both of them. Anyway, sorry, honey, if you're watching this. Anyway, what were we saying?
I have no idea what we're saying.
What's your sell?
I sold a corduroy flap cap. Let me share it.
A corduroy flap cap?
Yeah.
Are you talking about like
Elmer
UK
Fudd looking
style?
stuff? No.
Oh, what?
This.
Let me see this.
I sold it full price, $31.99. It's just like it's got like flaps that go down above your ears.
Yeah, okay, it's the grumpy old man hat.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All right, cool. All right, I'm there. I am so there, and you are so not with us right now. I cannot, folks. I love it when he shares something and he comes back the whole screen.
It goes black, but just ignore that because that bothers me when it happens to you, because I can't stare into those eyes. But it's fine.
Folks, please share us. Please like, subscribe, and share us, please.
I
We need
can't
to get
help.
monetized.
This is ghetto, but it is cool, man. It works. Hopefully, my new headset I found while I was cleaning the room. When I was cleaning my room today, I found 11 microphones. So if there's anybody out there who needs a microphone, I've got 3 Blue Yetis and a bunch of other ones that I just bought randomly. I have no
Why
idea.
don't you list them?
No, I don't know.
List them.
Because I don't know. I'm saving them in case I decide to open a podcast studio and I can like have microphones for all the people. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll
I have
tell
no
you
idea.
what. I'll tell you what. You need to do some kind of giveaway for our Pocket Pals.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. You need to do some type of giveaway. Folks, you can have. We'll set up some contest so that you can win one of these microphones that Benz has spit on.
What is wrong with you? No one wants that. Check out this. I found this when I was cleaning up.
I can't check out nothing. The screen's gone.
You can't stop it. Oh, hold on. All right. So we did that. So let's hit it again. See it. Just go. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's a fossil. It's a fossil, like money clip. I don't know where it came from. That's cool.
Let me see that. Wow.
All right, so I have to share again, so that way this will work. We got to quit sharing, but let's share our. So I found, I've been watching eBay commercials because I have so much, going on in my life. But
he's got so much going on in his life that he can't get his eBay store going completely because he's got to watch for eBay commercials.
So watch this eBay commercial from 2003.
I'm so sick of going to the mall.
They say they're shopping day and night on eBay. They say the savings are beyond compare. The deals are good, I know they are.
You saved a bunch on that guitar.
I used it all to buy this jar on eBay.
They couldn't think of anything else that rhymes. I bought this jar. Oh my gosh. It sounds like what is it?
I just like that. It's from 2003.
2.5 Men. It sounds like Charlie wrote that.
Yeah. And the guitar, and I bought this jar. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I think I have actually seen that commercial.
I remembered it when I saw it. I'm like, oh, I seen that on TV a long time ago. But I thought it was cool. It was an older eBay commercial. I'm like, okay. eBay commercial of the week.
eBay commercial of the week.
Yeah. That's what it's saying. Yeah.
All right.
We're stretching.
So we've done our feedback of the week. We've done our sell of the week. We've talked about how we've done. Have we picked anything? I've not picked anything, but I will say this. We are having, okay, so folks, here's your thing. I'm gonna put this out there. I am raising money for a good cause, for a children's home. If we hit the level, I'm going to let them dye my beard pink.
Yeah. I thought it was a bet.
And they are. Well, they got to raise enough money. So they are holding a yard sale this coming Saturday. So it'll be too late on here, time this comes out.
Yeah.
But I am going to be looking there to see if there's anything I can pick while I'm there. Because church yard sales,
yes, are good.
Are generally very good places. And hey, whether you're a believer or not, Bibles sell like crazy.
I agree. They do.
They really do. Even the little ones, like he was saying, the pocket Bibles that you can't read.
No, I took them to the garage.
500 magnifying glasses to see it.
Just have decent eyes.
Yeah. The ones we just gave out a while back.
Were those the little video like keychain ones? Yeah. Those you can't.
You can't read those.
I was selling those. Those keychain Bible. Those sell for like $10 a piece. I don't even understand it. I bought a bunch of them off Temu one time. Sold them all.
They do. They sell good. But church yard sales are a really great place. And if you go around and you really pick out and you listen to YouTube, a lot of resellers are going to tell you the same thing.
Yep.
Church yard sales are a great place to do it.
Isn't the church sale called a rummage sale for some reason?
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be. Now, rummage sales and yard sales here in the South tend to be a little different.
What's the difference between a rummage?
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
Thank
Historically, rummage sale was this. We take everything. We dump it on the lawn.
Oh.
And we tell you, and usually a rummage is by the pound.
Okay. Because I was going to say, you're putting it on the lawn, which is a yard, so it's a yard sale. But okay, the pound thing makes sense.
Well, the idea is you rummage through.
Mm-hmm.
Yard sales generally on tables and organized, and the prices are already marked and everything. Now, the last one we did at the church, we had kind of both.
Mm-hmm.
We had a yard sale, and we had a rummage sale because like all the clothes and we had like ladies' clothes over here. We had all the clothes we had. You just dug through it, picked out what you wanted, and we sold it by the pound. We weighed it. You could bring totes. We had a tote. And we put it in that based on the weight. I mean, we were selling men's and ladies and children's clothes for like, I think it was like $1 for 10 pounds of clothes or something like that. It was,
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
that's better than the bins.
And that's a lot of what you see at church yard sales, because it's really just to raise money, folks. Church yard sales, generally you're going to get, yes, there's going to be some junk there. Trust me. But a lot of times, people won't bring their old dead refrigerator to the church to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because they don't want to dump off. Oh well, this is an old dead refrigerator, but hopefully the church can sell it. They don't do that to their church. They might bring a refrigerator that's a little older that they've replaced that's still working. Things like that. But they're not going to bring dead stuff, and they're not going to bring something that's got all kinds of holes in it unless that's the way it came from the factory. Like some jeans come with holes in it. So, great place. So, I'm going to be picking there. You said you're getting ready to go to the flea market, so we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a great idea, folks. If you got some items, we talked about that $20 item. I think he's on to something there.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'm going to go, and I've been dividing it up. I'm scanning everything, seeing what it's worth. Is it worth selling? No, it's not worth selling. And then I look at it and go, would I pay $2 for that, or would I pay $1 for that, or $3 or $5? And then I'm dividing it up. And then hopefully somebody just grabs the box and is like, I'll give you $20 for this box. And I'll be like, it's yours. I'm just going to say,
that could happen.
I think if you go there, and my plan is to go early, set up, because I'm sure when I go to yard sales, I try to get there, or yard sales or flea markets, I try to get there early and buy the stuff before anybody else gets there. So I think, it opens at 8. But you can get in at 5. I'm sure by like 6:30, 7 o'clock, there's the normal people. And I'm sure there's resellers coming in there. This is all stuff that you could resell. And for $1, it's going to sell for at least $10 or $5 or $8. I mean, I'm going to find me in reverse and sell it to hhim. Buy anything for $1. And the stuff that's $1, I'll be willing to take 50 cents. The stuff that's $2, I'll take $1. The $3, I'll take $1.50. I'm at 50% off of what my goal is to get 50% off what I'm saying it's worth, or I'm willing to take.
And there's the thing, folks. He's still making money because he bought it at a great price. The other thing too is somebody may come along who we've talked about this before here on Pocket Change.
Yeah,
is. Like, part of the reason my Funko Pop's taking so long to sell is, and there's Funko Pops being sold. That Wonder Woman is sold all the time. We can look it up right now.
Yep.
It's got like a 15% sell-through rate. It's just not hitting on me as well because I only got one. So there may be a couple resellers that come by his
booth and sell that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I'll take this whole thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll make them a deal. So don't be shy in selling stuff that's not selling for you to a reseller that will.
Yeah.
If you can make a little bit of money on it, make it.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have a picker pass this week. Do we have a picker pass this week, or are we out on this week? Is that going to be next week?
Yeah, we're running out of time, so we'll do that next week. I have something, but I'm good. All right.
Okay.
So,
well, and that'll give me a chance to see what I can find at the
yard sale. So we're skipping picker pass this week, but you know what? Yeah, it's fine. This week, when I was out yard selling, yeah,
I'm actually gonna do a
pick
instead of having stuff dropped off my house, folks.
There you go. When you're there, pick at least 5 things that you don't look up. That way, you got it for the next month. We're good to go.
What do you mean? You think I'm dumb enough to pick something I don't look up?
Isn't that the idea behind Picker Pass? There's got to be at least 5 things you go, I think that's worth X, and then you just don't look it up. That's the idea behind Pick or Pass. It's not.
Folks, but we will try. My motto, though, has been get it for as cheap as possible and
Exactly.
anything you can get. I mean, that's why I have people drop clothes off.
Exactly. I agree with that. But my point was the Pick or Pass, you can't go in knowing it has a great sell-through rate. That's unfair to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This week, though, again, I did some yard selling, on Saturday, went out. And I was actually last week. You remember how I bought those 8x10s and some postcards? Again, this week, or 2 weeks, I don't know, whatever, last week.
Why do you keep buying postcards?
I bought more postcards. I bought a bunch of postcards.
Are you a postcard collector?
No, I bought a bunch of postcards for like 12 cents. No, less than that. I don't know exactly what it was. Postcards, and then I started playing with my scanner, which is a flatbed scanner. So I scan it and flip it over and scan it, and then scan it and flip it over and scan it. Then I was like, you just got to be a better way to do this. So I watched some YouTube videos, and then they were talking about Duplex scanners that scans both sides. So you just kind of put them in the feeder and And then I was listening to an older episode of Reseller Leftovers, and then Dan, who sells cards, got frustrated with selling cards. He doesn't want to sell cards anymore. So he's selling his Duplex scanner on eBay. So I went to his thing and I looked at it. And he wanted like $70. So I sent him a thing. He's also like, now his new thing is not selling cards. He's like making like sourdough bread. So I said, all right, $50 for the scanner, or I'll pay you full price and a loaf of sourdough bread. And then he never got back to me. I'm like, all right. So then on last Sunday, I was sitting on my couch after we got done, and I sent him a thing, and I'm like, hey, I said, hey, there's no wiggle room on this. And if you listen to this week's episode, or 2 weeks ago, whatever we put out, he's on there. He starts the thing, says, oh yeah, Jefferson. I thought I was joking, and then while he's recording his episode, he gets my offer, and so I bought his Duplex scanner for $50.
He didn't want to give you sourdough bread.
No, he can't sell sourdough. The problem is he's in Illinois and he's selling sourdough bread, but he can only sell it in the state, so he couldn't do that. So I got that for $50. Which is probably was I want to try some of his sourdough. But
well,
so that's on the way to me. So I have about
folks. I will
500
make sure that I get some
postcards.
items this week, just to be fair to Ben's, that I don't look up. But also, folks, I don't know why he keeps buying postcards.
Because
they
10,000 postcards fit in this space.
But fitting in again, folks, you have to think. You have to think. Sometimes I think Ben's doesn't think these things through. He goes, 1,000 postcards for a 1/10 of a cent a piece. I'm there. The problem is there's a reason they're that. It takes forever to
not the ones that I bought.
Oh, now they were unique.
They are. No, beyond that. The original ones, no. The ones that I lotted up and didn't sell that way are the ones that I bought in the beginning off of eBay and bought a big box of them for like $300 for 1,000 or whatever postcards. I shouldn't have bought them off eBay because that person has went through them and tried to sell them. Where I'm going to pick up postcards when I can is at yard sales where someone, mother or cousin or whatever, collected them and they don't give a shit about them. And they're like, yeah, you give me instead of me trying to sell each one for $0.25, you give me a bunch of money for all of them. And in there, I'm assuming I'll find something worthwhile.
Well, the big thing, it was fun. Didn't we go through a bunch of them one time?
Yeah, we did. Those are the ones.
On one of our shows, and we were showing like, this was, and it was fun to see some of them were mailed from these places that don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
Or the house is still there and it's been there forever and it's just flat in Chicago or Washington D.C. or Baltimore, Maryland. So that can be pretty cool. But here's the thing, folks. I've yet to see a bunch of money in postcards But hey, we'll leave Ben's to his own. Let him report back to us. Maybe postcards are a great thing. I don't know. I can tell you right now.
I don't know either whether they're great or not. I was like, worth a try, and it seems like, So I looked them up when I bought those Lucille Ball and the other ones. I was like, yeah, that's kind of interesting. And then I looked up postcards. So how many postcards do you think are listed on eBay?
5 million.
14 million.
Okay. Okay.
And 680,000 have sold in 90 days. So that's not a great sell-through rate. What's the math on that? Yeah.
Well, it's not the worst one we've ever seen either.
Oh, not by far. It's not the worst. So 680 divided by 14.
Divided by 14 million.
Yeah, it's 13%. No, that's not right. That's not right. I did that wrong. 6, 8, 1, 2, 3.
Do I need to get my calculator?
No, I did divide. I did negative 1, 4, 5%. It's a 5% sell-through rate.
So, yeah, by far not the worst we've seen. But, folks, here's the thing. I mean, and you can store a lot of them. But my thing is, there again, that is a niche market. Who collects postcards? I mean, you don't even see postcards for sale many places anymore.
No, I agree.
It used to be, even when I was coming along as a kid, every time you went to, I mean, I can remember getting my first girlfriend when I was like 9. Going to the beach and like, I miss my girlfriend. And my mom and dad were like, well, send her a postcard. Do you know her address? No. But
there's
somehow
postcards
we got her address.
that sell for 30 cents. Then there's postcards that sell for $375.
Yeah. Okay.
$159. These are sold comps.
Hey, I'm there with you.
50 cents, $5, $3.99, $2.99. There's a lot more that sell for $2 than $20. But
I think postcards is a lot like a bunch of other things. That, like I'm willing to admit, a bunch of other things. I don't know enough to buy my first one, so
right.
I'm not even gonna. But I think it's interesting. Let's sit back, folks. We'll let Ben's tell us if it was an interesting foray and if he made any money at it, and how much he still got left. Because he may end up with postcards stacked floor to ceiling.
I don't think I'll buy that many, but I got that Duplex thing, and I've got some regular. I went through my cards, so I have some that are decent, worth money. So you can run baseball cards through it. I can run the 8x10 pictures through it. I can use that, do the front and back in one fell swoop, and it's got a feeder, so I could put like, say, 50 at a time, and I do think that there's money in it. And with the AI lister, I do believe that it's a way to list things quickly. But I'll go through them and scan them. And if it's not worth, I would say for a postcard, because postcards you can also ship for $1, right? So they fall into that. And I have a bunch of envelopes and stuff that I could use for that, So, $10 or less maybe on that.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. I'm out on postcards, but we'll see.
Until I make like thousands of dollars, and all of a sudden you're like postcard boy. I can see it coming.
I don't do that. Folks.
I know.
Because the last time I tried that, he was making a ton of money. I don't remember what it was. It's something. What, a belt buckle.
Belt buckle. But you sold that belt buckle.
He was eventually.
Yeah.
He was.
But it was a good belt buckle.
He was selling a bunch of belt buckles, and I'm like, "Hey, is this belt buckle?" He's like, "Oh yeah." So I buy it. Then it took forever to sell it, but it eventually did sell because the market fell out of belt buckles as soon as I got into it.
Yeah, you can't get into anything I'm doing. Just stay out of it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to another hour of your life wasted here on Pocket Change. We had a great time. Hopefully you did. If you didn't, fuck off. Don't come back.
Anyway, no,
I'm kidding.
We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. Like, subscribe. We're trying to get better equipment. Although Ben has been through 11 mics, we're not going to let him buy any more.
Hopefully this one sounds good because I like it because it's wireless. That one episode we messed up. I pulled because I moved too much.
One thing that was really funny is I bought this one here, folks. And then he went and bought one. This one is still working and it's still great, but the one he got was a piece of crap.
And I bought the same model as him, and I only got the one ear like this one, and he's got two ears.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
This doesn't seem fair.
Anyway, but yeah, folks, here's the thing. So just leave. I'll leave you with this thought. Do not tell me what you're selling.
Yeah, because yeah, he's like, what's that? Who's the lady that gave everybody smallpox? It was a woman.
Wait a minute,
Susie Smallpox or something like that.
We're glad each and every one of you are here. Thank you again. We will see you next week.
All right.
And keep watching, because we're going to start here as soon as it starts getting a little bit more into the summertime and we can get some visitor. We're going to, I know Ben's is already twisting some some hands and some arms about getting
some people on. We'll do that.
Come on here with us. We're going to do a live for you guys.
All right, y'all. Take it easy. Bye.